Hey there guys, so today we have another review and this is a beer from Other Half Brewing. They're from Brooklyn, New York, pretty hype brewery now. They're relatively young, they're about a year old and they just released this can of All Green Everything. They're a triple IPA, so I'm excited to review this. Actually the first time I had this was over a year ago. I believe it was April of last year. I looked it up on my reviews. And I remember going to a bar, and when you have a local brewery, you're always curious to see how it is. Obviously, you would love it for it to be amazing. And I just remember being blown away by that beer with this new brewery from Brooklyn, Other Half. Wow! So blown away by this beer, and that was an old batch. Again, a year and a half, over a year ago. So just when they just started and opened. More recently, they were at Extreme Beer Festival, and they had All Green Everything there as well. And from what I read, a lot of people thought that was one of the best beers at the beer festival. And so now they're canning this beer, super hyped. So this is a triple IPA, by the way, coming in at 10.5%. And it is brewed with, what is it? Amarillo, Motueka, Citra, and Mosaic. So a bunch of new hops and also Southern Hemisphere hops. An awesome can on that. I always love their design. Also have, what else is there? Also huge fan of their Citra. That's an awesome can too. And what else? Oh, and also their Green Diamond. So yeah, let's have their whole can line up already. So let's get the aroma on this. Oh, let's get the color first. It comes in a nice dark reddish orange. Yeah, nice dark orange on that. Almost hues of amber and red coming through. So slightly hazy, but you know, awesome color. Let's get the aroma on that. Holy smokes, that is awesome. Yeah, that is really just hoppy and bright. I get the Mosaic in there. There's this wonderful zestiness, a lot of orange, tangerine, peachiness, passion fruit. Wow, that is heavily Mosaic though. I'm definitely getting that familiar note that I was getting in the most recent beer I reviewed was the Trillium Double Dry Hop Melcher, which is a mainly Mosaic beer. Yeah, I'm really getting also in that back note that there's this kind of dankness, a little bit of a pine, and again, dankness is what I get in mosaics in the back sometimes. Wow, it just smells really excitingly hoppy, not too sweet. I get a little touch of sweetness, a little bit of malt, but it's mostly just hops. Smells, you know, just like an amazing single or double IPA. I don't really get the triple IPA part. Cheers. Wow, that's awesome. The initial thing I noticed is that it's really light and fluffy and creamy. Yeah, it's a very clean beer. It flies off the palate quite nicely. It doesn't stick too much because from the malt, but up front you get this really nice creaminess. I would describe it something similar to a little bit of a heady topper kind of thing. Again, that really nice clean maltiness up front, chewy kind of maltiness up front. But then in general, you're getting smacked with lots of grapefruit, oranges, good amount of pineapple, mangoes. And then that Mosaic comes in again. You get a little bite of dankness on the back end. Bitters out with a medium to medium plus bitterness, but it really has that big kind of dankness I was talking about. Again, it's hard to describe. It's leans a little bit chemically. Sometimes it leans something like a rubber or a pencil eraser kind of thing going on. It almost has a little bit of alcohol in the back as well. But it is so drinkable. Very dangerous for 10.5. I would guess this was something like a slightly bigger double IPA, so something like 9. But it does not drink like a quote-unquote triple IPA. Yeah, really nice and drinkable. I get a little bit of warming on the back end. I mean, going down. And it has a touch of alcohol maybe flavor, but it's not it's not too much. It's just really wonderfully drinkable triple IPA. One of the better triple IPAs I've encountered. It's just really nice and juicy up front. Again, oranges, mangoes, grapefruit flavor, and then that big punch of dankness on the back end. Really nice stuff. As for rating, this beer is really high on Beer Advocate. This beer gets a 98. I think their beers are getting towards that kind of rating. They really are incredible. This is yet not one of my favorites from them. I would say it's probably in the top 5, top 10. I do probably prefer these two beers, maybe. As for rating on this one, I'm going to give this beer. It is pretty darn good. Let's go with the 96 plus. Yeah, 96 plus. For me, again, I'm not the biggest fan of the triple IPA style. I'm more towards a fan of something like around 8%. The alcohol burn slightly that goes down is a little bit of a detractor. I wish it was a little bit more quote unquote juicy. You get a nice note of that up front, but then there's this lingering bitterness. That dank quality, that resinous quality, sort of just follows and sits on the palate, and it's still lingering actually. So it is a reasonably, I guess, bitter beer, and has that kind of aftertaste of, I guess maybe the Mosaic is offering that kind of aftertaste on the palate. So there you go, 96 plus for me. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have been to Other Half. Until next time, guys. Cheers. Later.